Welcome back to the class on ICT applications in libraries. We are seeing the Unit 1 Introduction to Computers. So far, we have learned what is a computer and the history of computers, generation of computers, application of computers, advantages and disadvantages, characteristics of computer, then types, memory, central processing unit and its components, input and output devices. Then software we are learning. In the software, we learned two types, system software and application software. We have learned system software. Then in the system software, operating system we have learned. Now today you are going to see about application software. So what is an application software? So this application software causes a computer to perform useful tasks beyond the running of the computer itself. So operating system is also a software, but this operating system is necessary for running the computer. Apart from running the computer, what is the purpose of using computer? We are doing some programs, right? Then doing some tasks, useful tasks like mathematical calculations we are doing. We are using internet for browsing information, etc. Such tasks can be done using the application software only. So it is a specific instance of such software is called a software application, application program, application or app. These are the various names for a application software. Okay. Examples are word processing package, spreadsheet package, presentation or graphics software, and database management software. In this class, we are going to see the first three, that is the word processing package, spreadsheet, and presentation software in detail. So word processing package. Word processor means it processes word with pages and paragraphs. There are three types: electronic, mechanical, and software. Mechanical, we know the typewriter, and electronic also the electronic typewriter is available. And then with the software only we can do a electronic typing. So that is a software. Then they are used to apply basic editing and design. Then it helps to manipulate the text of your pages. It is a type of computer software application. So what are the word processing software available? Here are some examples: WordPad, Microsoft Word, Lotus Word Pro, Notepad, Word Perfect, Apple Works, Work Pages, OpenOffice Writer. The Apple Works is for only for Apple computers. That is, the OS acceptable is Macintosh operating system only. And apart from these examples, we have more: WordStar and Google Docs that can be used only through online, and LibreOffice Writer. So these are all the examples for word processing softwares. What are the features of these softwares? They stand alone, um, and that means they are designed to do the particular task alone. All general purpose computers can be applied with this software, and it is easy to use. It helps in changing the shape and style of characters of the paragraphs. We have more uh, letter sizes and styles. We have um, a lots and lot. Unlike our normal typewriter, we when we use computer, we have it is easy for us to do all these things. Like we can change to necessary or desired font shape and size also we can increase, and style also we can apply. So all these features are available in a word processing software. And editing options like headers and footers we can use. If it is done manually, we might have done a wrong or mistake or something. And bullets and numbering options also, there are variety of bullet and numbering can be performed by it. It has a facility of mail merge and preview. So mail merge in the sense we can type a body of a letter and combine it to a database which has so many addresses. So multiple um, send receivers if we have, then manual doing is a very difficult task. Each and every one we have to type, but in mail merge option if we do, then it will automatically merge the addresses with the body of the text and print it. What are the functions? It can be available in the word processing softwares. Spell check, so grammar and spelling we can correct. Then storing and creating typed documents in a new way. So whenever we create a document, we can store it or save it for future use. And then we can apply all our creativity in a we can design in a new way. So so when create, we can edit it, save it and print it, all everything at the same. And we can copy text or moving or deleting, you can cut it, and within a given document we can do all these things. And formatting text also available, like bold, underline, changing the font type, etc. So all these things while you are doing the practical, you have done it, you have understand what all these availabilities are. And provides the function of creating and editing the formats of tables. There are options for inserting table also, which will be done in the future classes. So insert option. So where we can insert many elements from other software also. These are the functions of word processing software. And what are the uses? You can type a newsletter, a letter, that can be done by mail merge option. You can draft a report, give a worksheet, prepare an essay and article. You can type memos, and even you can publish a book using the word processing software. Advantages: when you use a word processing software, it will reduce the paperwork amount. So if you use paper and type and print, then there is one small mistake, then again you have to correct it and type it. This time this will be corrected and the other one will be a mistake, etc. So there will be a lot of wastage of paper. So it is it reduces the paperwork, and cost of paper, postage, waste, etc. will be also reduced. And you can manipulate the document text like a report, then copying, deleting, formatting options are also there. User interface feature is there, so it is a user friendly software. So whenever you type directly, you can see what you are typing in the monitor. And if you want to if you have done a mistake, then you can give a backspace and you can erase it, right? So in this way it is a user interface feature. So basic design, one default design you can apply for the pages. And when you do a repetitive task, then it make easier. For example, if you have to type same paragraph repeatedly, or a same letter to um, uh, many recipients, then you can for the first one you can copy the paragraph and paste it again and again till you need. And in the same way, multi recipients, you can use the mail merge option for letters. It is a, desktop publishing program, and it is time saving, dynamic in nature for exchanging the data, and error free document you can produce. It is also, we can know we have security for our document. That means we can save a particular document if it is a very important document, and no one, you want to maintain a secrecy, then you can protect it with a password. Then no one will access our data. What are the disadvantages? It's not like completely, complete control you can't have. So look and feel of your the document you can't control. Sometimes interferes, like this is not the spelling, while you are doing the spell check. Okay, so this type of thing will be like when you are typing the name, it will suggest another name. Sometimes it will be like auto text or auto correction will be done while you are unaware of that. So these are the advantages of mm, sorry, disadvantages of bad processing software. Spreadsheet. uh, Spreadsheet is a file made of rows and columns that help to sort, organize, and arrange data efficiently and calculate numerical data. So that helps us to organize the data uh, in a proper way, in a tabular manner. That is what spreadsheets thing. And it has the ability to calculate values using mathematical formulas, especially the statistical formulas. It is good in calculating and the data in cells. So example for spreadsheet is an overview of your bank's balance. Bank balance you are viewing in your, you are getting in your printed passbook. Then it is like it is an spreadsheet option. So examples: Google Sheets, iWork Numbers, LibreOffice Calc, Lotus 123, Lotus Symphony Spreadsheets, Microsoft Excel, OpenOffice Calc, VisiCalc. So this VisiCalc is outdated, and Lotus 123 is also outdated because MS DOS, that is a disk operating system, it is discontinued. That's why Lotus 123 is also discontinued. And in the same way, there are more. Um, Furthermore, examples are there. Many applications are there. LibreOffice Calc is there. Uh, in Star Office also, there is a, spreadsheet available. So these are such examples. What are the features? We can format the cell. Cell is a combination of a a row and a column. And this cell can be formatted like size formatting, the increasing and decreasing of heights and widths of rows and columns, then the borders, etc. And formula, we can apply formula to the cell, and we can use a pivot table. Pivot table is a converted table that can be used in the calculation, statistical calculation, and you can present it well for accounting such applications. And auto sum is another feature, and autofill is another feature. So instead, in the word, you can copy and paste repeatedly, but um, in Excel or the spreadsheet options, when you drag a particular cell down or downways or sideways, then it will fill automatically. It either fills the same value or the same thing, or it can fill it in a series. So it is a copy option. So if you instead of applying a formula or small things that you can do, you can simply drag the corner at the corner of the cell. You can hold your mouse and drag it down. Then, for example, if you put 1979 a year in the cell, and if you hold at the corner and drag it down, then it will continuously 1970, 1980, 81, etc. Like that, it will fill up to which where you stop dragging, that till that cell will be filled like that, either horizontally or vertically. The same way, autism, if we select a particular row or a particular column of data, and if you select autism, it will automatically sum and give it to you. For a given data, we can use charts also. We can prepare charts. Charts means graphical representations of some data. When you think about graph, how difficult you have to present a graph in a paper. You all know how to draw a graph. So it will take time, and you have to do scaling and everything. But within a fraction of seconds, this software will do the chart also, the graphs also. There are variety of graphs you can present. So users, so you can use a spreadsheet in finance, preparing forms, and in the school, um, so mock statement and whatever uh, records, even the student record database, whatever you want to maintain, you can have it in the spreadsheet. list Lists also, like a shopping list and other lists also you can do. And in sports, you can do whatever you are, while you are running, the speed you can monitor. Okay. Functions of a spreadsheet, so mathematical formulae and calculations you can do, and sorting and analysis. So you can do the filter work, filtering of filtering and sorting. So what data how you want to see it, like in a alphabetical manner, or in the ascending order or descending order, whatever available, you can see through it. And multiple worksheets can be used at the same time, and they can be also interlinked. That is a main function of it. And integration and visualization of data in the form of graph and charts is another one. So one particular data format, for example, uh, 10 students mark performance of the scorings, and while you are entering it, you can, in different exams, say while you are checking about the progress of a particular student, then you can use the chart. We can perform the chart. You can go through the chart, and you can readily look at the um, performance of the student, whether the performance is increased or decreased, or it remains consistent for the whole academic year, like that. So then it will be easy for you to monitor the particular student. Advantages: so it improves data organization. Collaborative data collection may be easy. It allows multi-user access. More than one user can use the spreadsheet option, and it is using there are many built-in formulae in it, and this formulae, it can be used for dynamic calculations. Preset functions are there. So these functions are used for statistical calculations. So already, if it is there, then there is no need to feed it manually. If we select the particular function, and if we implement it to the selected range, then the spreadsheet can easily calculate, and whatever the result, it will give it to you within a second. And it provides functionality of graphing and visual aids. So graphing, in the sense, you can use charts and other things. These are the advantages of spreadsheets. The presentation software, sometimes called a presentation program, and is it a digital tool? So you can use graphics, text, audio. That is, these are all multimedia tools. These multimedia tools can be used uh, to do a presentation. So, when I present something, uh, I can speak, and these graphics or audio or text can explain you what I'm presenting. These are in a sequence, and these sequences are called slides. When it is consolidated in virtual files, it is called slide decks. The examples are Google Slides, Microsoft PowerPoint, that is a familiar one, iWork Keynote, that is for Apple computers, and OpenOffice Impress. The same way, LibreOffice Impress is the, and StarOffice is also having a presentation software. In this, whatever office, these three, word processing, spreadsheet, and presentation, these tools together available in all the office packages. So common features of presentation software are, they use slides that can contain any mixture of text, images, video, animation, link, and sound. So these are all multimedia tools. All these effect you can use, and animation effect also you can use. There is a slide master. That slide master is the one you can view how your slide should be arranged. So the total, how many slides are there, how it are arranged, and everything can be viewed in a slide master. Then transition effects are there. From one slide to other slide, if you move, there should be a slight animation or uh, transition, like how it should come from sideway or upway. So in this slideshow also, I have used so many transitions. Each and every slide, if you note, it will come or appear in a different way. This is a type of uh, transition effect I have applied. And then the thing last thing, the feature is slide notes. Slide notes is a very uh, interesting feature. When you show a slide show presentation through a projector, uh, it will be like the user is on one end, and the um, that means the presenter is in one end and the audience in the other end. So they are watching by a through a projector via the another computer. The presenter will be operating through a personal computer of his in his side. See, in this way, when you can decide what the viewer can see and what the presenter can see. So, for example, if I want to, if I have a deficiency of forgetting things, how to present and what are the notes, there is no need to write it in a paper and have it, and we can um, see it in the paper and read it. Instead of that, in the computer itself, in the user end, that is the presenter's end, we can the computer will display, this is what the notes for this particular slide, you have to speak this particular slide. But this can be displayed in this presenter side, but for the viewer it won't be seen. The viewer can see in the different way. So this is the interesting feature for presentation software. In users, salespeople, they are using it efficiently, like the business presentation, while they are showing certain graphs and how they are doing all these things, they can use it. And while training a new um, apprentice or a new recruiter, then we can use this presentation. Teachers and students are efficiently using, for example, I am now teaching using a PowerPoint presentation only. It is a presentation software, and for students, while doing their project and other thing, they can present it well using the presentation software. And conferences, while presenting the one's paper, and they are using presentation software. Benefit: easy to create a colorful and attractive presentation. Quick way to convey messages to the audience. There is no need of explaining much. Just put what I'm going to uh, explain. I'll just put it in a word and I'll just explain it and go. It will be easy for the audience to understand also. Then the present is uh, present and maintain the eye contact with large audience is good. So everybody, if there is an interactive presentation, in the sense everybody will look at the presentation only, they won't uh, think about other aspects. And enhances the assimilation of information. Presentation makes interesting. It supports multimedia. You can use all the video, audio tools, and text and all effects, you can animations, etc. So that adds or creates the slides effects. And develop speaker interaction again. So object linking and embedding option can be supported. So multiple learning styles can be engaged, and audience focus is improved. While you are using a presentation, they can remember things also. So it is a easy way to organize ideas and information. And even it is an absence of a speaker, the presentation can be done. These are the benefits of presentation software. So now, what is the need of ICT in library? So we have already know this paper is ICT applications in libraries, and we are studying about computer, and why should we study and why it is a need in the library. So first thing, we have a lot of records. As library is a growing organism, we cannot hold that much records, and every time, every year, the space it occupies is a bigger one. So we have to reduce the size of the um, space. So ICT is necessary. So and there is a knowledge explosion in our society. So that means we can have so much information in different angles. That's why that cannot be everything. Everything cannot be kept in a library. It will be a challenge to us. So in that way, we can, if we use e-resources, then it will be some kind of ease for using information. And library operations can be, so as a library is a growing organism, that is the fifth law of your library and information science. So this information is also increasing, and the population is also increasing in the library. The number of users must increase in the um, time course. So at that time, the operations will be difficult while it is done manually. It will take hours and hours to perform all these things. So we are supposed to automate or digitize our library to enhance these facilities. And due to information explosion, our housekeeping operations are difficult and less effective and less accuracy. So if in the fast moving world, we have to adapt all these um, changes. So that's why we need ICT in libraries. The purpose of ICT is there's a huge amount of information. We cannot manage everything, and data processing and information is very fast. That's why we are using ICT. It this computers and other this communication devices, this communication technology has, there is a huge storage capacity. So we no need to worry about the storage, and we can access information beyond the limit. Thus unlimited, infinite access to information. And when you are using internet or world wide web, then it will be a fast communication. It is also user friendly, and it is low cost and saving time. So that's all for the introduction to computer, and we have studied the need and purpose of ICT in libraries too. We will see in the next class. Thank you.